So the channel turns 18 this year, and that's quite a milestone, really. The fact that we're all still here and the channel still progresses and uploads still happen, which I must say it was never a definite given, and not a given into the future either, but we're in the right place for it now, or in the right place for it in general, I should say. But yeah, I guess I didn't really. I often let these yearly things go by, or at least I have done in recent history, and not really even brought much attention to it. I mean, may have done a post every now and again, did a post this time, but it's not quite the same as actually making a little video just to say, thank you to those people who have like stuck around, who have been part of the whatever part of the 18 years, one day 18 years. I think I'm the only 18-yearer here, but the rest of you have got rookie numbers, need to bump them up. But yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? It's been, I think, been a really useful tool and vehicle for me to be able to, express and share what I enjoy. Perhaps, some things I might have liked to have done a bit more of, and other things a little bit less as well, if we're being perfectly honest. I thoroughly enjoy the fact that the YouTube thing for me is a hobby. It's not a livelihood or anything like that, and completely separate, something that I can do and just do whatever I want with, which I don't particularly in this sphere, I suppose. Maybe in more intrinsic hobbies and that kind of thing, you get the option to do that, but generally with the online social media-y way things are, a lot of people don't have that same kind of ability to do that. So it's not lost on me that that's something that I have access to, and that is something, I'm very, very lucky to be able to do it as and when I fancy, and talk about things as and when I want to talk about things. So, and do stuff and that kind of thing. Lots of experimentation, lots of doing different types of videos, and not just doing a particular type of video because it does well. I think that there's definitely been a bit of that. When some stuff has done well over the 18 years, I've been inclined to make more of it. Of course, some of the RPG Maker tutorials, I made more of them. It was particularly useful because at the time I was really working hard on learning it myself, and I think generally I'm able to give information in a way that most people understand fairly well, or at least, I don't know, maybe it just helps seeing someone else doing it on the screen more so. But in either case, I've been glad to help lots of people with that. And then when I got my Steam Deck as well, people were very interested in how it ran games and that kind of thing. And in both instances, I was able to make the videos I wanted to make. I perhaps did a few more Steam Deck videos, or bespoke Steam, big, 10, 12 games, whatever videos, than maybe I wanted to, because of my own personal satisfaction was sated. But I did have quite a lot of messages from people wanting certain things to be tested, which I offered out, and people were very passionate about it at that time, which is great, and I enjoy that, to see that, and that obviously made me do it for longer than my own personal curiosity had taken me. But yeah, I was still more than happy to jump away from that when I felt like I'd had enough of doing that. So it's nice that I do get that option. I don't just have to do videos that are quote unquote successful. Lots of my videos aren't. This one also will not be. But it's never been, and never, hopefully, I can't see how it would be, never has and never will be a problem. So, because it's the stuff that I want to do. So I think for this particular video, and talking about 18 years on YouTube in one form or another, I guess that the big thing from me is just a big thank you to the channel and to myself for carrying on and persevering sometimes with some of this stuff, because you just don't know what kind of value it will hold in the future, whether for myself or potentially children watching it, that kind of thing. I don't really have too much stuff to be cringed over either. Obviously, listening to yourself from 10, 15, however many years ago, that can be a little bit jarring. But overall, I've never done anything that on here, on the channel, or that I've put up on the channel really, that I'm too embarrassed by. I think there's some times where there were technical glitches in my recording and that kind of thing that probably shouldn't have gone up, but a lot of this stuff that you film, particularly when you do gameplay videos and that kind of thing, are kind of one-shot type of stuff. And I think even with the stuff that I've done in real life, while some of it is a little bit out there, potentially, I don't feel any certain way about those either. I think, they're very much of the time. A lot of them are quite amusing, or at least I find them quite amusing. So, yeah, I've been really happy generally with what's gone out, and probably the main criticism I would probably give myself, even though this is a purely hobbyist channel rather than a livelihood type of channel, is that probably could have put some more effort in from time to time and made stuff better, spent more time in the editing suite, rather than constantly working out what the next video was going to be. Very much a, put it on the shelf and it's done type of thing. But, all in all, I can't really complain, because, the reason by me making it easier for myself in that regard to get the videos out, then I've been able to make more and do bigger variety and that kind of thing. So it's just, kind of a little bit like that. And sometimes you see things going full circle. Recently, or a couple of years ago at least, I did some shorts with some of my, was it a short or was it a proper video? I think it was a short, from me driving the Mercedes in the Peak District. I think I was in the Peak District. Hopefully I was. Don't know, been lots of places. And, it really took me back to making the Final Fantasy AMVs very early on in my YouTube career, if you like, for what it is. But yeah, stuff never really goes out of fashion. I mean, maybe I'll make a Claire Obscure one. Who knows? Actually, I hadn't even thought about that. I mean, that's the sort of thing I would normally do for a celebration, is something around, something with a little bit of nostalgia, but new. And I guess it's kind of like, where's the love story in that? I'm not sure. Does it have to be a love story? Definitely not. I think they work better for lots of songs and that kind of thing. But yeah, it doesn't have to be. And I guess I'm very interested to see what particularly what the next few years of the channel's content looks like. Particularly as generally taken a very big step back from doing any kind of personal videos and that kind of thing, which is definitely for the best, in my opinion. And that's what I would recommend to people that are starting out. I mean, obviously put yourself into the videos, but in terms of, bringing your personal baggage online, probably not. Keep that to yourself, I would suggest, because this platform isn't really going to help. It's not going to help you with it. You have to face and fight your own demons, whatever they are, yourself, I personally believe, or seek your help in the real world. Usually plenty of people there and around and that care and that kind of thing. That's perhaps a little bit too deep for this video. I wasn't planning on going that way, but still. There's a couple of videos that I've never put up that are a little bit like that, so they will stay forever on the hard drive somewhere, or deleted, or got corrupted. Who knows? That's happened quite a bit with some of my older stuff, that it's just got corrupted, and because I didn't keep multiple backups in on a hard drive that's rotated or anything like that, you do get data corruption. And that's something you don't really think about when you're younger. You're like, well, it's on my hard drive. I'll just move it from hard drive to hard drive and it'll be fine. And that's not really so much how it works. So you can say what you like about the cloud services, but they do maintain your data. Maybe that's a warning for me, I suppose, with the stuff I've got now. But I tend to print out the photos that I really like. So you always have that, which is good. And then obviously saving multiple locations, all that sort of, what am I doing? This video is about the channel. So yeah, I'll leave it there because this has been far too long. No one will watch it. I might watch it one day, when the channel's 36 years old. But until that day, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.